and also the speaker, TM.Vijay.
Oman
Let
sir,
me
and
welcome
also the video, please. Oman sir, also the video.
also the video. Kindly switch it off so that we will concentrate on the speech of TM.Vijay. You can pin his video so that his speech will be visible. You can see his movement or whatever it is. The video of timer should not be switched off because then we will not be able to know the time. Let me welcome our champion speaker, TM.Vijay Kumar, to deliver his speech. Title of his speech is The Ripple Effect. The Ripple Effect, TM.Vijay Kumar. TM.Vijay, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, DT Mohammed Thomas. Before I start, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So I will start. We brought the car carefully to a stop. The soldiers had their guns trained at us. We did not realize that a single decision that one of us was about. What's that? Hello?
No, you can proceed. No issues. I am muted.
I think Suresh and Sneha, please switch off your microphone. It's coming from there. It looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, I am muting the phones. Yes.
TM.Vijay,
Okay.
can you start from the beginning so that evaluators can evaluate your speech?
Yeah, sure.
And timer, please note that.
I request all to keep muted.
Before you start, Vijay, I just wanted to tell you one thing. I don't know. This is going to be a speech on your mobile phone, or rather in your video, which will be seen by video. But I think you should not strain on looking at the video. You should look as if you're looking at the audience. In my opinion.
Okay. Because I'm working with.
Oman, I cannot hear.
Suresh, your audio is still not off. We are hearing the noise from I believe, your voice actually. Because try to switch it off.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Come back now. Yeah, it's okay.
Now you are able to hear now?
Yes, yes.
Suresh?
Yeah.
Okay. Then okay.
Tosal, just to about your suggestion. Basically, I'm looking at the camera to make sure about my hand movements in this video, but I will try my best to make it more natural.
Just before you start, Vijay, I think we want to let this this thing goes very smoothly and without any repetition. So I would like to get an opinion from Sadagopan and maybe Arul or somebody as to how the speaker should speak in the case of a video.
Thank you, DTM Tosmas Ajit. I was about to talk about it. I thought I'll talk in the end. TM.Vijay Kumar, as we did during the division conference, I will make a special arrangement for you. I will bring the technical team, including district technical team, to support you. Once we are sure this is your speaking, what is your background, where you are going to speak, once you have finalized it, tell me. I will call district technical team as well as division technical team to support you so that we can mark clearly your speaking area. So your camera and how far you can move, right, left, and forward, backward, we can make it a clear markings. So this will help you to be clear on your speaking area. And judging also very clear. Let me also check with the district also how the judging will be. Mostly they are expecting up to your waist level only. Okay. Not below that. That's what is a general judging criteria. I think I already shared with you the judging criteria and other things for the Zoom, this online contest. If you want, again, I'll get you the latest one. Any development is there, I'll share with you that one. Number one. Number two. Number three is about the looking at the camera. This is also technical team will support you. Yes, you need to look at the camera only because ultimately camera will be like your audience. Okay. That area
Okay.
will give a special focus on that one. Maybe I'll have another session for you to have a special once you are free, when you are ready with your speaking, from where you are going to speak, how you are going to set your room. Once that's all ready, I will first bring a division guys, then to the district also to come and support us. So this area should be ready. Clear?
Okay.
So
Sure.
right
Sure.
now
Clear.
you can focus on your content and delivery, and this technical area I will again support you on this.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I will start my speech now. We brought the car carefully to a stop. The soldiers had their guns trained at us. We did not realize that a single decision that one of us was about to make was going to create a ripple effect that would be felt for generations to come. Contest chair, the Toastmasters, and guests. Saddam Hussein had invaded Kuwait. There was panic and pandemonium spread across the countries, and people were fleeing for their lives. On one of the hottest days of summer, my parents and their two neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Murthy, started from Kuwait City and were making their way to the Iraq border. I was just a 3-month-old baby cradled in the arms of my mother, blissfully unaware of the fear and anxiety that my parents were going through. It was not long before we reached the border and were stopped by a group of Iraqi soldiers. They approached the car with their guns and demanded to see our papers. It may have been just a few minutes, but it felt like an eternity as our futures were being decided. We waited and waited and waited until finally the soldiers came back, handed the papers, and said, "Yalla, go." But before Mr. Murthy could put the car in gear, Mrs. Murthy stopped him. She reached into her bags, pulled out a few bottles of water, and held it across the window. Everyone was stunned, including the soldiers, until one of them came, collected the bottles, looked at Mrs. Murthy and said, "Wait here," and walked away. Mr. Murthy started whispering furiously, "We were about to leave. Did you have to give them our water? Don't you see we have a baby in the car?" But before he could say anything else, the soldier came back and gave a map to Mrs. Murthy. "Tell your husband to take this road only. All the other roads have landmines. Nod your head if you understand. May God guide you." That single decision rewrote our futures. I don't know where Mrs. Murthy is today, but because of her, my parents have built a beautiful life that has blessed countless people around them. I am standing here today delivering my truth. My sister is pursuing her dreams, and the next generation of my family arrived when my daughter Arya was born. That single decision to give a group of thirsty soldiers a couple of bottles of water created a ripple effect that is being felt today and will be felt for generations to come. But that was 30 years ago. It is 2020 now. The world is different, and we have become indifferent. We go through many questions in our minds before deciding to help someone. I know I do. Does this person really need help, or is he trying to scam me? Do I have the time? How much money do I need to spend? It is not our fault for asking these questions. We see an erosion of values and ethics every day. Stories of decent, helping-minded people being taken advantage of are becoming common. If someone is willing to go that extra mile, well, let them. If someone is willing to spend the time and money, well, they can afford to. Attitudes like these can be disheartening, demoralizing, and downright depressing. The joy in giving or helping just disappears when we realize that we are being taken advantage of. So, fellow Toastmasters, this brings us to the big question. What should we do when someone asks for a helping hand? When a stone is thrown into a pond, it creates a ripple effect that is felt long after the stone has sunk to the bottom. Similarly, every decision that we take will create a ripple effect long after we are at the bottom. Be it 1990 or 2020. One small act taken from the heart with compassion will create a ripple. It may be difficult to see the effect standing from the middle of the pond, but trust me, it is there. Mrs. Murthy did not know that the soldier would come back and give a map that would help us guide safely past landmines. All she saw were a group of thirsty human beings and gave them what she could. So let us drop as much love, laughter, and life as we can into the pond and watch the ripples reach as many people as possible, because that is what is required now in the scary world of isolation and forced separation. Let us create ripples of love that makes this place a beautiful world. Let us create ripples of laughter that forms friendships that transcends communities, countries, and generations. Let us create ripples of life that can save our humanity. Contest chair.
Thank you, TM.Vijay. Now, before we start the evaluation session, we need to give 5 minutes time for the evaluators. So right now the time is 5:23. We'll give them 7 minutes. We'll start up at 5:30.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. So.
Time is now 5:30. The first evaluator is ready. We can start the evaluation session. DTM Suresh, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. We often hear that if the student is ready, then the teacher will appear from nowhere. For Arabian Toastmasters Club members and for Toastmasters fraternity in general, he is the teacher and is ready to help anyone. Please help me welcome our first evaluator, DTM Suresh Kumar.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Vijay, and Vijay, wonderful speech as it always is. I'm not, since I've been with you through the script of the speech, I'm not dwelling on the speechcraft. And I am not also going to tell you what's very good about it, because we know it's a good speech and that's why it's special and that's why it's at the district level, right? So Vijay, without further ado, I'd just like to go into the evaluation or my suggestions for improvement. Is that okay, Vijay? Because I think dwelling and spending time on what is very good about it is superfluous at this stage, because we know that it's very good. And since I've been through with the script with you and we did it together, so there's nothing much I want to say on that. Perhaps we can look at it once again in private separately. And I wish to have another session with you one-to-one after maybe tomorrow or sometime again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right? Yeah. So let me go to it. My main points which I've observed is pertaining to facial expression as well as the voice. And majority of my comments are going to be on the voice. Okay, Vijay? Now from the beginning, when you said, we brought the car to a grinding halt, right? Yeah. The soldiers were training their guns at us, okay? Two things which I wanted to tell you there. When the soldiers are training the guns at you, when you say that, you wouldn't want to look at the camera, number one, right? Because you would want to look at the person, you want to enact the soldier who's training his guns on you, right? So that time you would have to turn your face away from the camera and say he was training his guns at you. And at that time, the voice, we brought the car to the grinding halt. And then there should be an immediate change of tone, saying that the soldiers were training their guns at us. You know, you are fleeing, and this sense of urgency and anxiety should come explicitly on your face. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when when Mrs. Murthy was reaching out and taking the bottles out, I don't remember the sentence actually. What? Just can you just read the sentence once, please? Oh, okay, it's okay. You said when she was actually fetching out the bottles, you know, there was a little in the pace or the way it was delivered was something which I had to look at it once again, and we do it one to one. And then when the soldier tells her, you know, to wait here, you know, that sense of authority, or it should be showing, it should show the downright arrogance of a soldier. You know, he's in a war, so he wouldn't speak sweetly or politely, regardless who it is. Okay.
Yeah.
At the same time, when he comes back with the bottles, comes back with the map, his tone is slightly mellowed down because he's kind of sympathetic, right?
Yeah.
So when you say till the point, he says, "Wait here," you know, very strongly and rudely. And then when he comes back and he says, you know, take this, ask your husband to take this route only. The other routes are full of mines. Be careful. God be with you. You know, that kind of an authority, which I thought, which you should speak, because the book, especially when it's not in a live audience, which it's like, you know, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
Where the camera is focused in your face completely. The audience is not sitting far away. They can see every move and every move of your batter of your eyelid and everything is very closely they can observe. So it's the difference between like doing a drama on the stage and doing a movie or film. The film with the camera is very focused on all the nuances of the expression and the, you know, your eyes should speak when you say it. And then when you said that single decision, you know, it came as a very matter of fact way in my opinion. That single decision, like, you know, it was a I mean, life-changing decision. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
So that should show in your face that single decision, you know, your eyes and face should show that decision was the biggest decision of our lives, you know.
Yeah.
That path we should do that, and we can probably do it together, Vijay. I'll do it line by line with you when we do it together.
Sure.
And then disheartening, demoralizing, and the three used it kind of triad here, right?
Yeah.
So it should come out disheartening, demoralizing, like 1, 2, and 3, like that. Yeah? 1, 2, and 3. And that brings us to the big question. It's really big, you know, the big question. Yeah. And then long after, you said after that, and long after, this was 1990 and now 2020, and long after, long should be long, you know, long after, you know. At the same time, when they use another thing like love, laughter, and something, love, laughter, and life. There it's again 1, 2, 3, but with little more, you know, it's love and laughter. The emotions are different. Okay. There it's not like disheartening, demoralizing. So the scene 1, 2, 3, but with a different expression because these are very positive words. Right. Love, laughter, and life. You know. These are the, I mean, and finally for the closing, for the finally last sentence, that's your punch line that you should leave the people enwrapped. I mean, completely awestruck, and you know they should be willing to stand up and clap for you or give you a standing ovation. Let's create ripples that can save our humanity. You know, it should not just go away like that. The sentence should linger. You know.
Yeah.
So you just dwell on that. Let's create ripples that can save our humanity. You know, in such a way that, and then pause, like I always said to you, Vijay, and you always been doing it. But this time you did a little fast. Humanity, and then pause, and then it should rather pretend that there was something coming more, and then you should say, God is master. Yeah. So these are the things which you need to go through, in my humble opinion. I hope the other evaluators do agree with me, and only will add more value to what I've said to you. I'm sure we have fantastic evaluators who are coming, and because they've already heard your speech, and they will look at it in line with my evaluation as well, and they will add immense value to you. All the best, Vijay, and looking forward to do a one-to-one session with you one of these days, anytime at your place. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Suresh. our Toastmaster teacher. There's a slight change in the order in which the evaluators will evaluate. Toastmaster Shyam has requested to be the last evaluator. So the fourth, there'll be a change in the fourth and fifth evaluator. Toastmaster Ajit will be the fourth evaluator, and DTM Koteshwaran the fifth evaluator, and Toastmaster Shyam the sixth evaluator. I think there's no problem with the evaluators. I hope they are okay with the changes.
Okay, very much.
Yeah. I request all others except the evaluator and the speaker to kindly keep the mic in mute. Our next evaluator is omnipresent in all Toastmasters meeting. He is our current Division L director and the best division director of District 79. This DTM Vijay will represent Division L, and his speech is being evaluated by Division L director DTM Sadagoban. DTM Sada, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, DTM Oman. And let me straight away come to the DTM Vijay Kumar. Congratulations, you are the right person representing Division L. I'm very proud. And let me come in, take up with your two main things. One is the content and the delivery. On delivery side, DTM Suresh has given a lot of tips. And definitely, this will help improve a lot. As I told you earlier, we will try to give you some more tips on technical side, which will give you some sort of comfort on delivering the
Hello.
DTM, your voice is not audible.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
think
I
Vijay,
muted it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, now it's clear?
muted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, DTM Oman Thomas, for the nice introduction. And congratulations to DTM Vijay Kumar. You are the right person to represent Division L. I'm confident that this time Division L will be the champion. And your DTM Suresh Kumar has given a nice tips on the delivery side. And I can feel that once we give some more training or tips from the technical team, you will be clear about your movements, to what extent we can move, to what are the areas you can go up and down, so that you'll be more free to give your delivery will be much more comfortable. So right now, because you are delivering from the camera, there is some problems are there. Even I've seen somewhere the eye movements are going upward actually. It will not be very clear when you are delivering from stage. When you are delivering in front of a camera, these are very closely watched. I can see your eye movement somewhere is just looking going upward. It's something out of this one. So these are all possible. These are all things which happens only when you are delivering direct to a camera, which are very closely watched. Whereas in the stage, there's a lot of gap. You do not see that totally close movements. This is one thing what I've seen, because this recorded also will help you to develop, see yourself, and then improve on it. So this is very important on the delivery side, on your expression also. When I saw you are stunned, that stunt, you will have to show that stunt and wait for that. Give a small pause in that stunt. Everyone should be stunned. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one as about your delivery style. As overall is good. Only thing we need to look very closely when it comes to camera level, to what distance we can maintain you, so that that will be very pleasant, and that will not give you a very close look for the audience also. Okay. This is one thing, and we will work on it. Definitely give us a time, and exactly when you are ready, I will try to set up the full, again, what we did for division, we'll do that for district also. We'll help you to do, when Koti will be there, I'll bring other guys also. Let's see that all these things are marked. We are ready with the technical side. You are somewhere, I've seen the voice also breaking. It's not because of only your delivery style, because of maybe with a bandwidth also. That is also, I've seen somewhere ups and downs are coming. That's, we have seen in division also, many people face this issue. This is what I heard from judges. They should not be given a weightage for it. This is what has been told in the judging. They should not be given any major weightage, but we don't know the district level how they take it. Each judges, we don't know. Coming to the content, is very good content. I am only looking at it. Is it anything you can bring? Of course, it's very, very tight. You are going with the Kuwait incident, and then coming back to the 30 years back and what is today, how things are changing, how people have become selfish. It's fine. Is it anything? Is it possible to bring your personal story of touching somebody's lives? of course, too late. DTM Suresh is there with you on this developing the full speech. I just having a small thought about it, and it's a serious speech. Is it possible anywhere you can bring a small twist? These are two things. I don't take it very seriously. I just have a look at it because going when off late I seeing international speech, they come with somewhat humor and then seriousness. Okay, but I seen your overall content is bit different type of content is a very important serious subject. But is it possible to give a small twist somewhere here and there, which will bring smaller with a lighter movement? That's just don't take it very seriously. Look for it in that with the Suresh you can go through that. Okay. That is one thing what I look at it, and this is another one is with that COVID-19 situation. Anything what you have done, personal touch will bring something extra credit, extra importance there. This is what I feel because which will be now with the latest situation we'll have to bring it in that content. But content I am very what do you call? I mean, nervous in touching content because this is only 15 days only you are having it. Just have a look at it. Okay, DTM Suresh is there with you. Have a look at it. Anything is possible to have a small lighter moment in between.
Sure.
Not in the end. Maybe after that, feel that overall, and then you will feel more comfortable in delivery. Once you are sure about everything is fine, we keep setting things are ready. I am very sure you are a very good speaker. Very good delivery is very good always with you. I want to see that this is not troubling you just because we are on online. We are delivering in front of camera. This is what my little this one, and you will overcome that. That's not an issue at all. We will be very good in delivery. It should be like a normal, except that you are very closely look at the. I mean, from the camera, people can easily watch very closely your movements. That's what only. Right. All the very best, and we are always there. Anytime we just give a message, and I will try to give whatever support you want. And we are there. I want to see that this time we are getting the championship division here. All the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Sadagoman. As I said, the best division director of District 79. Thank you very much.
Not my survey. It's because of the numbers. Thank
you. Okay. DTM Sada, can you please switch off, keep the mic in mute mode. Our next evaluator is joining from Philippines. If we think positively about COVID-19, because of this only we are having the Zoom meeting. And for that reason, we are able to involve Yuan Roy from Philippines. Yuan Roy was one of the excellent evaluators of our club when he was with our club, and he was our past president. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Yuan Roy. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Omen. Good evening, everyone. Vijay.
Hey, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, all right. So just like Toastmaster Suresh, I won't focus anymore on the strengths and on those observations or recommendations that were already given. I agree with them. All of the points raised by DTM Suresh and also our division director, especially on the use of humor. I know I've heard you before a lot of times. You can do humor easily when you really wanted to. So let me analyze and focus more on the flow and the message itself. So if you look at your message or the flow, it's like, so there's an incident, and that single decision of the friend, forgot her name, rewrote your family's future. And you went into the problems that prevents people from doing that. It's about erosion of values. And then you focus on the most important question of all. It's about, should we help when somebody asks us for help in today's world where it's dangerous, you don't know, there's so much uncertainty there. So for me, that is the most important question. And after that, you talk about the ripples of life, love, and all. So with that, let me highlight first your incident. So you mentioned that you are 3 months old, right? So it's not actually your story in the sense that you did not feel, the feelings that were there were not your feelings. So the question is, how did you know and who is actually telling that? So maybe one sentence there or one tweak, DTM Suresh can help you there, but I feel that there's a loophole there because you were evoking a feeling that you did not actually feel at the time.
Yeah.
And that might have a loophole there. So, but there's a remedy there without changing the story. Only some little tweaking. I'm sure DTM Suresh can help you there.
Sure.
The other one is, as I said, the most important question that you mentioned is, should we help? So if that is the most important question, there must be a clear and resounding answer to that so that it would become logically tight. So yes, let's help. And in what way can we help? So you mentioned that, in what way? Let's help in terms of creating a ripples of life and love. So that's okay. Now, why should we help is the thing that I want you to pay attention to, because either I didn't hear it or there might be something that is missing there. So the ending is okay because there's a call to action and beautifully, eloquently stated. But why should I help despite the dangers? So probably you might want to add, unless I miss it, you might want to add a concrete example or situation that I can vividly, as an audience, see the benefits. And this is where you can also get them involved. Imagine if something like that, all right? So that I can see that even if there is a danger to that, I can see the benefit. That the benefit of helping becomes outweighs the dangers of not helping. Because you throw the most important question, but the answer of as to why I should do that, I didn't feel that it's tight and it's clear. The other one is the other one and last one is, if you notice all the world champions, they always have that recurring message that they repeat at least thrice.
Yeah.
That there's something especially new, but I don't know what it is. You know, that's Sri Lankan world champion. The other one is a chick. It's about validation. So in your case, you were talking about single decision, but I feel that you might want to complete that and give it a full phrase or full sentence so that that something becomes your recurring theme. And you can repeat that at least 3 times and until at the end. So those are my recommendations. So if I may summarize again, one, it's about the framing of the storytelling as to who is involved there. Second is about the recurring message. So if we can find a phrase instead of just a single decision. The other one is the why. What is the benefit to me in concrete terms that I can vividly imagine? And yeah, and all those points that, of course, DTM Saragupan and DTM Suresh mentioned. It's a powerful speech, Vijay.
Yep.
So back to you.
Thank you very much.
DTM Omen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yuan Roy. Thank you very much for joining from Philippines. Our next evaluator is a talented Toastmaster of Arabian Toastmasters. Yeah, thank you. Our next evaluator is one of the most talented Toastmasters of our club. In spite of his busy schedule, he never misses our club meetings. He's an excellent orator and one of the best evaluators of our club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Ajit Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster man. I think you put that in mute. Or maybe you switch that off. I think it's better. Okay, I've got a resonance coming in within another telephone. That's what is causing a little bit of disturbance. Yes, Vijay, as usual, an excellent speech, a marvelous speech. I've heard this before, so I don't want to get into the content much of the speech, and what I really want to do, dwell upon some of the techniques probably you can improve. And what maybe like I'll reflect some of the things which has been already spoken here by the other evaluators like Toastmaster Suresh and Van Roy and also Sandagopan. Now, first of all, I want to just say that this is a big dilemma, a kind of a confusion which most of the speakers might have while giving a speech on video, because this is a different skill altogether. And that makes a lot different when it comes to giving a speech from the stage, because stage and the people around you, the people who are looking at you, gives you a lot of energy. But in the case of looking at a dumb video or a cell phone in front of you, it is definitely is not an encouraging feeling for the speaker. So what happens here is that, which I saw all through that lack of energy, the lack of enthusiasm that you reflect in the case of performance on the stage, you were having all through your speech. And that is something which you have to get over. You may have to practice more on the video. Think like you are in front of a large audience, because we are speaking to a big audience, and that power should come in your voice, and that power should come in your gestures. And this is what I wish to point out as the first and most important improvement point for you. Now, when it comes to various elements, various stages or moments in your speech, of course, I am unable to paraphrase your speech because I just heard it and I'm not able to recollect every word by word. But there are some points where you could add a lot of power and a punch. Because just as we always say in a speech, the beginning, that starting should be really make a difference. Now, as Yuan was very aptly pointed out, this is a story being told by you, or a story which was told to you later on by your Mrs. Murthy or someone who had gone through that experience. So it is not exactly witnessed by you. So you are telling a story told by somebody. So this is actually adding a more challenge to it. So at the same time, when you're going to paint a picture of a scenario in which an army vehicle came screeching halt, and that sound, you said grinding halt, probably that grinding probably may not be a right word. I think it's because the right word for a vehicle to come, it's generally something like screeching. Maybe this is my opinion only. You just think about it. And when you say that, and you see halted, what happens is that whenever you are trying to paint a picture to story, the limitations of the camera and the stage makes a big difference. Is that when you're painting it, you think you're looking at a large audience, but when you're narrating it, look at the camera. I mean, this is what I feel is the right thing to do. When you're looking at the whole thing as if nobody is in front of you, it's this whole stage. The vehicle has come and stopped. It came into a screeching halt, and the army came out wielding their weapons and pointing at us. And that power and that gesture should come there. And then you look at the people and narrate the story when you're looking right into the camera. And then another thing is about a small thing is that there is a small transitioning in the speech wherein you are being described as a baby I'm a small baby. When you're a small baby, I think you should have a gesture of a baby, but you are still looking very tense, as if you're in a war scenario. So when you're talking about a small baby, the baby can smile or maybe can give a slight grimace on your face. Probably it will add value. And then yalla. That yalla comes as a typical Arabic expression, which is very common to the people around here because district is being in Saudi Arabia. But when it comes to the person who comes back with the map and trying to help, like Suresh correctly pointed out, your word, your voice changes because it mellowed down. And that Suresh has pointed out very correctly. And when it comes to that, finally you say, may God guide you. But that word, that phrase is not typical Arabic. So I would say something you find out, may Allah help you, like that, you know, that which is very typical, useful for the region. And it's very unlikely that an Iraqi soldier would say like that. So when an Iraqi soldier is speaking about it, you are talking about the importance of this, you know, the guiding you, that there could be landmines and stuff like that. That's okay in English. But when it comes to the final expression, may Allah guide you, you find out what is the most appropriate expression that is suitable for that region. And that is there. Then finally, then comes to another big transition wherein you are coming back to the 2020 from the long 1992 to 2020. So there, the whole feeling changes. You are now out of the war scenario. You're out of a conflict scene. You're in 2020. So at that time, probably you can show some feeling of, you know, a sigh of relief, or maybe some kind of expression on your face, wherein we are in 2020, a small smile could help. Because the problem here is that, Vijay, is that many a times, just like other evaluators correctly pointed out before, that you are focused here. Every expression on your face is now augmented. Everybody can see. It's not a case in the case of a thing. So in a stage. So here, your facial expression should have a lot of expert in changing that from one scene to another, how your face changes. And I have noticed one problem, which I must mention, because this is a district level speech, is that, of course, I have also told you this before, that at some transitions, you're giving a pause. Okay? At that pause, you must freeze in one expression. Remember that. Like, if you give a casual facial expression, okay, this is gone, and then you're going to another one, you're giving a casual like that. I mean, I'm exaggerating. You didn't do anything like that, but I'm saying that is important. When you're pausing from one transition, one phase to another one, that transition time, look at the camera, freeze, don't move, don't change your expression. Okay. This is something. Okay. And then when you start speaking in the new scenario, your expression changes. This is my opinion. And of course, Yuan Roy very correctly spoken about having a key phrase developed, which of course you can do with Suresh very, very effectively. And is that ripple effect. That you look at this, the ripple effect, when you say ripple gets repeated many times in the speech. It's a ripple, all about ripple. So that ripple, when you say, sometimes you say ripple like this, sometimes you say ripple like this, sometimes, you know, your gestures or your hand gestures don't jive with that word. So when you say ripples, you can develop it. You probably, Suresh can guide you better, is that what that ripple should look like in your, maybe like a ripple like this, may not be the most appropriate thing. I'm telling the ripple or the ripple, whatever. That ripple, whenever you say ripple effect, it goes far and wide into the resounding from the corners of the world. So that effect, the final effect of the ripple, when you should close with a big plump punch, force in the end, so that goes down very deeply. Then, yes, I really support the point which was taken by Sada, that yes, this speech has got one incident which you did not witness. You're narrating an incident which you did not witness. Now, if you can tell one short thing, one sentence or two sentences, this happened, and look what happened. See, maybe you don't have enough time to add any experience of yours, because that will add a couple of paragraphs to the speech. I'm not telling that at this stage, but if you can add a line of a very well-known ripple effect, which is known to the whole world. Remember, see what this guy did and what it has created. You know, something like that. So it is like not only your own, Mrs. Murthy's story, also you're telling what is another incident which has happened today that has caused a similar ripple in the whole thing. Otherwise, once again, Vijay, the most important thing is gestures, voice, and the expressions, because everybody is looking at you. And one more thing. Sorry, I'm taking too much time. This is that you are going to speak from this room. You have to choose the place. This place has got so many things in the background. It has got a distraction, quite honestly, because I sometimes see what is the sketch and the drawing on the wall, and the lighting is not adequate. Light should be there. See how you can set up light, and yeah, that's it. And the other techniques, of course, Sada is going to help you. So thank you very much.
Sure.
I'm sure that we want you to be a world champion this time, Vijay. We want
Thank
a
you.
world champion from our club, and only you can make it. None of us can do this. You can do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ajit, for that long evaluation. We all know that most of our close friends are of the same age. DTM Vijay is the youngest DTM in Jubail. Our next evaluator is one of his close friends. So you can guess the age of our next evaluator. Our next evaluator is none other than DTM Koteshwaran. DTM Kotesh, it's all yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, DTM Aman Thomas. Such a wonderful elevator introduction. Vijay, I am my evaluation not in this one only. I am going to focus area. I am going to touch upon. I will just split into 3 stages. The stage arrangements, like Ajit also mentioned about it. First, you need to fix where you are going to speak, lighting, and very soon, as early as possible, you need to mark the area. If you ask me, every day, we can have a Zoom meeting, even if it is a free 30 minutes, you are going to deliver in the same way. So don't practice, halt, and come and deliver in the speaking area. So first you fix your things, lighting, everything, every day, the same scenario you need to do it. So same way we can support it, maybe half an hour Zoom meeting, you deliver it. Or we can see the effect, everything. So that is number one. So that means we need to sit with Sada, we need to make those arrangements as early as possible. Your practice has to be as you are doing it today. It's not anywhere you are doing it and coming to the stage before the contest. Number one. Number two, see, as you know that since it is going to be above the waist, one is your facial expression and your body language. I felt the ample amount of places where you can improve your gestures, especially arms. See, one thing I'll just keep on telling the areas where it goes on. Of course, when in opening they talked about when the car, the soldiers, and you can try with these 3 words. Suffer means wait, Masalama, Ella. See, they will not say you God bless you. Okay, Masalama, Ella. They will be tapping the car and just go. So these 3 words, you can, these are all very commonly used Arabic words. If you use it, that will be more effective in this. And second thing is like, when you are talking about 2020, the world is different. You need to stress more. There, you have the power there. World is different. So that's stressing question. Maybe you can see that one. You need to develop a signature moments for 2 things. One is ripple effect. You need to have a signature effect. I mean, signature movements means everywhere you need to have that ripple effect. The signature, that is a signature moment. And powerful one is helping hand and joy of giving. This place, you need to develop a signature moment. Because these are the 2 things which is going to drive your whole speech. So we need to develop a signature moment. It has to be very, very visible when you are doing this repeatedly, because ripple effect is coming repeatedly. So you need to develop a signature moment for this. When you say extra mile, how you are going to show hand gesture. That's a very beautiful way. Extra mile, how you are traveling extra mile, how you are going to show it using your hands. And also in your words, it is there. That is also a power you need actually. When you say it is there is one statement that's coming.
Yeah.
That is a powerful word actually, that you need to have a more power on this. When you are talking about abstract, you are talking 3. Let us create. You are talking. Don't be at one place. Even though you are getting my point.
Can you repeat again?
Can you hear me? Now the talking abstract, let us create, there are 3-4 times you are coming the points, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That is 3-4 statements comes in. Don't stay in the center. Even though it is a virtual, a step go left, center, right. Because there are 4 or 5 times you are talking about the abstract. What is the advantages of this? So do not stay at the one place. You need to make in the 3 points, in the 3 places, that will have a more impact. Okay, that is all, and the and gestures I am talking about. The last one is the content. See, somehow I feel the opening is completely very serious and disconnected. Now, if you ask me personally, because I know TM Kumar, maybe you can change the opening. Suppose you are in the village, I know that he is making a lot of scholarships in your village. Maybe one of the school functions you can introduce with the humor. Then he explained that Kumar is telling you the story of Saddam Hussein. Then you get into the war story. Then what is happening? Your own ripple effect and your previous experience, then it goes to the abstract. Yeah, that is my idea of thinking. Because you need to have a small humor. So when the school function, the children are coming, it's jumping on your father and talking. Then he is telling about the ripple effect. Then he is telling about the story of Kuwait. It will be very short because the Kuwait story is very long. So you can accommodate one more opening there with the humorous. Then you bring the story of war. Then go to the abstract. So it will have a continuous link. Who is telling? Why? So you are getting inspiring from your father. So that would be a great impact. That is my opinion in this. So this is my point altogether. Opening needs to change because you are starting with the war. It's completely goes serious. There is no lighter moment. So you add your father experience as a scholarship. He is giving, the whole village is getting educated in that. Then he is showing as a ripple effect. You have seen the Devan Magan movie, no? Shiva's dialogue is there. Whether என்னது ஆனா பழம் சாப்பிடும்போது பேரப்புள்ள அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவான். He will say that I put the seed, but the generation is going to benefit out of that. That's what the ripple effect comes in. So like this, if we change a little bit on opening, this is really difficult to do that. Then it will be a complete speech. It will be answering your own life ripple and who is telling this, how you are getting inspired, then the war experience, then the complete abstract. That's all from my side. But you need to have a practice in the same setup. Maybe daily we are available. We can make a Zoom connect.
Sure.
And every day in a similar way, the practice how you are going to deliver this. Lighting is very, very poor actually. Because your black shadow the face and the body all looks like black.
Yeah, sure.
That we need to have a more lighting on your face actually. And if you have maybe when you are delivering it, since today you are having the dark dress, that's why it is more. It is not giving you brighter one. When you have the lighter clothes like white, it will reflect on your face also a little more. Thank you very much, DT Mohammed Thomas, for accommodating me. Wonderful speech. All the best, Vijay. Anytime we are available to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Koteshwaran, for your support. Our next evaluator is one of the finest gentlemen I have met, a close friend of mine. He is joining from Mumbai. He was the past president of our club. He was an employee, now an employer doing his own business. Toastmaster Shyam, another 5 minutes is yours.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, but I don't think I'll need all the 5 minutes. I came in late. I missed maybe the starting 2 minutes of your speech, Vijay, but still, I'll tell you what all I observed because I will not go into the content at all. In fact, let us interact also because that is probably the way. The first thing that struck me when I came in and saw you speak was the background.
Yeah.
Straight away. And that Ajit and Koteshwaran has already struck. I could see a lot of things being pasted on the wall, and that is not I mean, especially in Zoom meetings in Toastmasters. In fact, in Mumbai, we have been having some sessions also on how to present ourselves. That is clearly said that your background should be at least distracting. So that is number one. That struck me the first. Already, see, most of the points are already spoken about. The second one is energy. Ajit already spoke on that. So I don't have to spend much time on it because obviously even I feed on the energy from the audience. So
yeah.
very much. I mean, most of us, every one of us is like that. We are tuned to that. So something has to be done. You need to, one of my friends, what he said when we speak, especially how to look into the camera and speak, is at the camera put two markings looking like eyes. So you're looking into person's eyes. So you can,
okay.
I mean, this is an idea someone gave it to me and I did that and it helped me that way. It looked like I'm looking right into the eyes of someone. So the camera is there in between and I got two eyes pasted there. Something like that. That is one suggestion I can give. I don't know whether it is going to work, but the third is expressions. Consistent expressions and the same for each. Again, I noticed that ripple is one of the most important word in your speech actually. And what Kotishwaran said about the signature style, or even Ajit said, and that is what even you and Roy basically mentioned about having a repetition of the same, so that it reinforces, right? I mean, so that something has to come in which reinforces your particular message. So that was one of the things which I noticed. One very significant thing which I noticed, you know what? I mean, as you completed your speech, I realized that the card was still in yellow. So which means that you have got at least 40 seconds left or 35 seconds left, which meant that probably like what we normally speak, we are fast speakers. You could probably go a bit more slower. You have still time in your hand. I mean, I think so because we have, I mean, when I see all these speakers around, not only in Mumbai, but anywhere else also, I see that people take time to end each sentence or words. I mean, there's stress on words. Stress on words. But here probably, I don't know, when the sentences are fast and probably, I mean, you have to work out with Ajit and Suresh and all their experts in that. But more stress on word. A particular, I mean, if you have like 3 or 4 repetitions of words in that in the messages, that is going to help you for sure. So that is what my final point is. When the message that you give, make it sink in, make it sink. Of course, the structure and all is beautiful. Again, said content is, but make the message sink in. You have to work on that. I mean, I knew that that's make it like when you say about the stone putting into the pond, and then when you go down to the bottom and with ripples, that has to really sink in. So that will depend on your energy and delivery. So these are the main points only I wrote. There were a couple of points which I think I missed. That's why I wrote that. That was use of triads. Probably you had used the triads earlier. When I came in, probably it was over. Maybe that triads, maybe you can have one more triad somewhere. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell you because the last 4 minutes of the speech that I heard, I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything.
Okay. Sure.
That is one. Good points were again metaphorically everything, stones, ripples, perfect. So overall, I really liked your this thing. This speech is going to carry far. Be confident, have energy. You are confident. I mean, the confidence is not a problem for you. But actual this kind of practices, we have got such good friends out there. Kotishwaran has told you, everyone. I am available in Mumbai. So if at all I can come in and just watch you speak, I always learn from you. So
thank you. Thank you very much.
That's it. I have to say all the very best, Vijay. I'm sure we are going to find a champion in you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shyam. TM.Vijay, our next district champion. We want you to win the next district championship. I'm sure all these evaluations will help you. Please do make the changes, whatever they have suggested, and I'm sure you will be our district champion. Because this year I cannot say that you will become the world champion because world championship is not there. At least you should be our district champion. I wish you all the best. I would like to thank all the evaluators, especially Toastmaster Yuvan Roy, Toastmaster Shyam, DTM Kotishwaran, DTM Sadagopan, DTM Suresh Kumar, and Toastmaster Ajit Kumar. Your support has helped us to conduct this program. I'm sure Vijay will take all these points and you will become the winner. Once again, all the best. I would like to thank, before I conclude, I would like to thank our VP Education. These days, I'm trying to avoid any assignments. But when VP Education asked me to take up this assignment, I could not say no because he said so sweetly that I could not say no. Anyway, thank you very much. I thoroughly enjoyed this assignment. I now hand over the lectern back to Madam President Saira.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, DTM Women, for that very interesting session. You did it in your usual style. Thank you so much. And before I conclude, DTM Vijay, would you like to say something?
Yes, definitely.
I think somebody should mute it because some disturbance is coming. Vijay, just a second. Everybody should mute. At least we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, Vijay, would you like to say something before I conclude?
Yeah, sure. I would like to take a few minutes here, a few seconds here. Just like to thank our Madam President and VP Education for giving setting this mass mentoring. This is it means a lot that I have support of the club and also the division. It gives me the encouragement and the moral to go and give all my best at the next level. So thank you very much. I'd also like to individually thank all the mentors from the bottom of my heart. DTM Suresh, he's been there with me from the beginning of the, not only for my Toastmasters journey, but also for the speech. And I'm sure I'll be hitting on his door a lot more times before the actual contest. So thank you, DTM Suresh. Thank you, Division Director DTM Sadagopan. Your support from Division, it really means a lot. And then I will definitely be also hitting you up for all the technical expertise. Thank you, Toastmaster Yuan Roy, for dialing in all the way from Philippines. You've always been I've always looked up to you as as my evaluation guru, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you, DTM Kotishwaran. I think everyone already knows the kind of relationship we have. You're always there to support me. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Ajit, thank you so much. You always bring in such vivid and different perspectives, and that's really helped me a lot today. So thank you so much. And finally, I'd like to thank Toastmaster Sham also for dialing in from Mumbai, taking the time, and I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much, and back to you, Madam President.
Actually, it's wonderful seeing Yuan. It's very almost past and closing to midnight in the Philippines. And Yuan, thanks a lot for being there with us.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'd like to also thank
DTM.
DTM Woman Thomas. Sorry, I'd like to thank DTM Woman Thomas for wonderfully conducting today's session.
Thank you, DTM Vijay. And on behalf of Arabian Toastmasters, I would really love my heartfelt gratitude to all the 6 evaluators. Especially, I would like to thank Toastmaster Yuan Roy, because I know the timing, and it's really great that you are, you're still an Arabian at heart, and it feels great to have you with us. And as Vijay said, your evaluation is always way ahead. It's something very different, and we always keep talking about it. So we are so happy that you could join us. And also Sham, Toastmaster Sham, for always being there for us. It's indeed a unique pleasure. And Division Director DTM Sada, I don't think we have to say, he's, as my DTM woman said, he's one of the best division directors we've had. He's always there to support us in anything. DTM Kotish, he's almost like a Arabian member, I should say now, and I don't feel like treating him as a guest. And of course, our wonderful in-house evaluators, DTM Suresh and Toastmaster Ajit. They're one of the best evaluators in the Toastmaster fraternity. So, dear Arabians, this has been a wonderful opportunity for those who joined, and I'm sure, because we've been hearing so many workshops on evaluation. But what we got today, I think DTM Vijay will agree with me, what we got today from these 6 evaluators was way beyond anything. It was a practical class. It was not just theory, It was a practical class. And the way they covered, I was just hearing everything, the content, the expressions, the energy. Even I felt that your energy was a little missing. So each and every aspect of your speech they've covered. And I think it's just not you, all the members who have joined today would have benefited from that. And I would also like to thank the 2 people who have supported us so much today. That is our we always there, our VP Education, Toastmaster Arul. He was a Zoom master, and he's also very enthusiastic about organizing anything. Toastmaster Nandakumar, who as usual did his role as a timer in an outstanding manner. And as I said, Team Arabian, always you're there, and I know you're so enthusiastic about everything. So it was a great session, and I'm really happy that I could be a part of it and organize it. And Vijay, DTM Vijay, we would like to tell you that we are there all the way with you. Whatever support you require from the club, you just have to tell us. As a president, as a VP Education, the entire ExCom and Arabians are with you. So please let us know if you need any support. So it is indeed an honor, and I'm sure that you have benefited from this, and the other Arabians also. Now, before I sign off, I would like to tell the Arabians, remind the Arabians that our next meeting is on 27th May. And now I will be signing off, but your VP Education will be taking over. So he will be guiding you on your future projects and pathways for those who had doubts, and also how to upload your projects in the website. So stay safe, take care, and over to you, Toastmaster Arul.
Thanks, President. Yeah, we'll have a group picture for this. Please make your videos on. Toastmaster Nilesh.
In the meanwhile, I would like to thank ARABIAN for arranging this. It's actually a division responsibility. Division should do this one. Thank you so much for making this arrangement, because division has to do the special mentoring, and I will try to do at least the technical side. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster, Sarah, and the entire Arabian team, Sham, Toastmaster Yuan Rai, for doing this excellent support to the division. After all, Vijay is division. I need to see that division is getting this strong. So much. Vijay, we are there with you, and kindly, as Koti said, decide which is your speaking place, from where you are going to speak. Where next week going to be a curfew. Before that, any extra support we need, any light we need, everything we can arrange it in this week.
Okay. Sure.
That's the most important. Let's work on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Toastmaster Rahul, can you make your video on? Okay. Toastmaster Nilesh and DTM Kotishwaran, the video is still off.
Yes, Arul, this is Nilesh. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Make your video on. I'm going to take a group picture. Okay.
Done, man, done.
Yeah. DTM Kotishwaran, sir, your video is still off.
He must be having two laptop.
No, only one is there today. Yeah. Okay. I could notice. Yes.
Yeah,
okay, I'll take a picture now. Okay. Okay, done. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Now
thank you. Thanks a lot.
All the best, Vijay.
All the best. It's good to see that. I mean, Toastmasters is still a very formal thing in Saudi. Come to Mumbai, you'll enjoy.
Hi, Sham. How are you?
Sham, we miss you. And Yuan, so nice.
Sorry,
Nice to see you, Yuan.
Yeah,
really good to see you, actually. You're really good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, Yuan.
Yeah, join us for all our Arabian meetings henceforth when we have the online meeting.
I can be one of the evaluators one time. All right.
He's an NRI now, non-resident Indian. Like he's joined NRI. Nomura.
No, he's always been with a group batch of Indians,
NRS, non-resident Saudi. Non-resident Saudi.
Good to see you all. I mean, so nice. Everyone is there. I think we have hijacked your meeting now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, good night.
Now.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Vijay.
Good night to everyone.
Bye, Vijay. All the best.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you.
And as a new journey, let me appreciate. I learned a lot from this conversation. Maybe it was overwhelming for me, and definitely, even though it was for DTM Vijay, but personally, I like to take for the next speech preparation how best it was. So thanks to all the evaluators.
Actually, Toastmaster Ravish, that is the reason why Toastmaster Arul and I were thinking, it'll be very useful if all the members join, because you won't get such an evaluation anywhere else. I'm sure you enjoyed it.
And this is what I'm thinking truly. When I heard the speech, I thought it was flawless, but when I heard the evaluation, all the minute observations, now I'm realizing, okay, what else is required. So definitely, it's a great learning for me as well.
Vijay, take it on lighter note, okay?
Yeah.
So thank you very much to all, and have a safe day.
All the best.
Okay.
Thank you. Your voice is there's a lot of breakage in your voice, Madam Sneha.
Okay. But I just wanted to tell you a couple of points. If I'm not clear, I'll just 1 minute. I'll just
volume.
Hold on, just a minute.
It's very mechanical.
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me just disconnect this.
Now, maybe she might be using the headphone. Maybe directly she has to talk through the phone.
Can you hear me now, Vijay?
Yeah, now it's very clear. Yeah.
1 minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Clear. Very clear.
Okay. Vijay, you have time. I really feel that you can. That example which you used last year about those two Saudis. So if you can work on that example, that will be an apt example, I felt.
For the speech?
For the speech, yeah. How you doubted them, like, when they came forward to help you, like,
Right.
Something like that, or some similar example like this. And what that's too long, but I think you'll have to work on it because there's not much time left. So you may have, because I felt like other than that one example, right? There was nothing personal in this that was lacking actually. The whole thing, the rest after that is narration only, na? So that's that one. And then eye contact, Vijay, because I hope you've recorded this speech, because there are places where you need not be looking at the camera and you are looking into the camera. For the eye contact is not matching what you're saying. The beginning shot, the beginning statement itself, actually. I don't think you need to be looking into the camera. You were looking into the camera. That is, Ajit had rightly pointed it out, but I think you should just go back into the recording if you have the recording.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we've recorded this meeting.
Yeah, just go back and see that you realize that you are looking into the camera unnecessarily when it's not syncing with what you're saying actually,
Sure.
Something maybe you have to change for the Zoom meetings. So just those 2 points I wanted to mention to you.
Sure, definitely. I didn't think about that Saudi speech, but let me see if I can. I think it's very apt for this speech. Let me see if I can work on it today or tomorrow.
Because it'll be your personal story, and I think there is a personal story missing in this actually of your own experience.
Right. Sure. Thank you very much. I'll definitely work on. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Now, shall we start this? Vijay, you want to be there in this or?